Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with my sister, Miss Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Monday. It is now Taco Tuesday in Radio Land. And we're going to have a great day for today as well. I also want to say good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our journey. I also want to remind everyone to drink their 16 ounces of water as soon as you wake up. That's mandatory. Take your morning medications as well as your vitamins. Get those in and eat you a delicious breakfast. Of course, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so get it in. So now I'm going to turn it on over to Miss Morningstar so we can get our daily feeding of morning affirmations to start us on our day, help us to be positive. And let me turn it on over. Hey, Miss Morningstar, how are you?
I'm here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Everybody had a great Monday. And we on to the next in Radio Land. Welcome in, everybody, in TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I done name all of them. YouTube, all of those social media sites. Welcome in, y'all. So we are going to get started with our lovely affirmations. So this affirmation is going to speak about rewiring your brain. These affirmations have been incredibly beneficial because they help you rewire your brain. As kids, our brain was programmed by our parents, friends, media, school. So as an adult, it's our responsibility to make conscious decisions to kind of rewire our train of thoughts. Neoplasticity, I think I talked about that before, is the ability for the brain to form and recognize connections, specifically in learning or experiences. It could happen through injury or whatever, but it'll like if you get injured, it'll tell you not to repeat that pattern because of the neoplasticity of the brain is capable of change as well. So each time we repeat things like positive affirmations, it helps instill our values. It helps us feel better. We want more positive. We tend to have a better outlook on things. So I have some affirmations that you can use to help with your neuroplasticity. And you guys can train your brain to say good things instead of the negative, okay? Number 1, I grow and improve every day. I appreciate the opportunities I've been given. My life is full of potential. I give myself permission to be myself. I have the power to change. I am courageous. I'm allowed to have needs and take up space. I am enough. Nothing can disrupt my peace. I'm 100% relaxed at this very moment. I have the power to let go of everything that's negative. I am grateful for the peace I have right now. I am allowed to feel upset, angry, and sad sometimes. That's a part of being a human. I'm allowed to feel good and to experience pleasures in life. I'm allowed to take up space and have desires to have a voice. I don't have to give up my hopes and dreams. All this hard work that I'm putting into achieving my goals will pay off. It is easy for me to go to stress, anxiety, and fear. I'm confident in making the right decisions for my life. And finally, guys, nobody can take my peace from me. Y'all go out and have a great Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and use those affirmations. Get through your day, get through life, get through any circumstances. You're on mute, Kitty. We can't hear you.
Oh, well, I guess I'd have to come off mute. I agree with all of that. I want to say hello, Ivy. Hello, Miguel. I thank you all for joining us on YouTube. I like all of those affirmations. It's just a clear reminder that, life is good. And no matter what, you're going to be okay. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and get into this weather now. We are finally, getting out of the heat a bit. Don't get happy. This is just for a little while. Today, Holly Springs, you have a high of 87, a low of 67. Feels like 89 during the day and 68 at night, with a 7% chance of rain. Winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10, north, I'm sorry, at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be sunny today, not as hot as it has been, but it will be hot. Humidity is high during the day and very high at night. Now that the temperatures aren't in the 100s, get out there and go for those walks and enjoy this day, Holly Springs. Folks in Memphis, Tennessee, today you have a high of 90, a low of 69. Feels like 92 during the day, 71 at night, with a 7% chance of rain. Winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be sunny today. Humidity will be moderate during the day and high at night. Again, we're not seeing 100-degree temperatures. Get out there, still hot. So drink you plenty of water, but get out there and enjoy cooler temperatures. Houston, don't get happy. Today we have a high of 97 and a low of 79. Feels like 103 degrees during the day, 88 at night, with a 39% chance of rain. Yep, winds are out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be cloudy and afternoon showers in about 39% of Houston. Humidity will be moderate during the day and high at night. Drink plenty of water if you can. Get out there and go for your walk. Get you some nature in. It's time. I did grounding over the weekend and it felt so good. It was hot, but I did it early in the morning and it felt really good just to walk in the grass and let the sun beam down on you for a few minutes. It doesn't take a lot, but just getting that vitamin D from a natural source instead of having to take it, it means a lot, especially to your body, and your body will thank you. That is your weather for today. Now I know our our families and friends in Washington, there's fires up there and it's destroying homes, and then we've got heat in the Midwest. We've got heat just about everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe that the earth is sick of us. And so it has revolted and said, hey, you know what? I'm sick of y'all meaning humans. And so you're going to get what you get. And the earth has heated up on us. And so we're having to deal with it. But that is your weather, folks. Enjoy today.
It's hot. It's just
It's
hot.
just hot. Yep, it's hot and draining. Let's go ahead and get into some news that you can use. It's August already, so it's back to school.
Yes.
And school started in Mississippi already.
Wow.
Yes. So we've got I read an article from some counselors, and they said back to school anxiety is rising for some students as Mississippi counselors shares warning signs parents should watch out for. So we really have to pay attention to our children. They're for many kids that return to school, it brings them excitement about seeing their friends, meeting new teachers, and starting a new year. But for some students, the weeks before class begin can also bring fear, stress, and uncertainty. You really don't know, and our children, they're just little adults. They have the same fears and anxieties that we have. Meeting new people, not knowing the teachers, But a Mississippi counselor is reminding families that back to school anxiety is common and may not always look like obvious worry. Some children may struggle quietly, showing changes in behavior that parents could mistake for normal mood swings or a lack of interest. As families prepare for another school year, mental health professionals say paying attention to small changes can help children feel supported before stress becomes overwhelming. And we really do want to support those young people. According to WLBT local counselor Christina Hill, she discussed the emotional challenges some students face as they prepare to return to school. Hill explained that anxiety does not always appear as a child openly saying they feel nervous. Instead, parents may notice changes such as difficulty sleeping, changes in appetite, avoiding conversations about school, or becoming more emotional than usual. For some students, the uncertainty of a new classroom, unfamiliar teachers, academic expectations. There's some kids going from elementary to middle school. That's a big adjustment for our little people. And these social situations can create feelings of stress. So we want to pay attention as they transition, especially challenging, which is especially challenging for students moving to a new school. So if you don't know absolutely anybody and today's your first day, the anxiety is on 1,000. So, be there for your kids, listen to them. Sometimes they have to know that you're there and that they can come to you and talk about their fears or their anxiety so that it doesn't overwhelm them.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember every first day of school or first week of school having a bit of anxiety and feeling
Yeah,
overwhelmed because it's a lot of pressure on kids.
it
People don't
is.
realize it, but who gonna have the best kicks? Who gonna dress the best? Who gonna have their hair done? Especially when you start getting into, like you said, middle
Middle
school
school,
and high
high
school
school.
status. It's kind of like who gonna have the freshest outfit on. I mean, those are things that kids like literally talk about, and they still do to this day. So it's a thing.
Yeah, it
So
is.
yeah, you definitely got to be supportive and man, find out about what's going on, what's the trends, what are kids, what's going on in the schools now. Be more up on the up.
Some of our children, they they wear uniforms, so it makes it a lot easier on the
It
parents
does.
so that they don't stress out about, you have to have the latest and the greatest, and kids that can't afford it, or their
Hmm.
parents that can't afford it, or they don't wear that, they have a bit of anxiety as well. So that I think that is a plus. That's taking some of the pressure off of our children. It's taking some of the
Hmm.
pressure off of the parents because it's uniforms.
Yeah.
And then the some kids, they don't have to wear uniforms. um I always say I just want my kids to be comfortable. The worst thing that they can do is already have anxiety, and then they're worried about how they're dressing. And I let my little ones, once they turn 7 8, 6 7 8, they start picking out their own clothes. And I think that it's okay to allow them to do that because they want to show their own unique style, and
Right.
you want them to go to school and be comfortable.
I
um
give a tidbit to the parents as well. Talk to
yes.
talk to your kids, because we got little bullies out here.
Oh
So
my
make sure
goodness.
you talk to your children about being bullies and not
Yeah.
teasing people who may not have the newest
Have.
sneakers or the newest freshest haircut,
Or whatever the
or
case
whatever
may
the case
be.
may be.
Hmm.
Talk to them, let them know it's not cool. It is
It's
not
not.
cool to be a bully. It is not cool to tease kids. This
Hmm.
is not cool because,
Yeah.
like you said, they're already, a lot of these kids are quietly going through the storm, just
Yeah.
getting to class. So,
Mhm.
yeah, make sure we all talk to our kids and teach them about kindness.
Yeah, well, we're tomorrow is bullying prevention. So we're going to talk about
We're gonna walk
bullying. I
right
think,
into it.
yes, this is
It's a good
a
time.
great time for us to get uncover and give parents some of the tools that they need in order to talk to their young ones about what happens when you are being bullied. Who do you go to? You
Right.
know, how to combat it, how to, it's easy to say, oh, just ignore them, but you have to step into a child's mind. They have to walk in, they have to sit in those classrooms and away from home for 8 hours out of the day. And if it's not a pleasant experience, that's hard for them. We've got a comment out here from Coach Ulysses. My
Yeah.
6-year-old
Read
has autism and he wants everything pink. So what I did was buy pink for both of us. I know that's right.
I
That's
love
how
that.
you handle that, Coach.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You
Ain't
don't
nothing
want
wrong with a man in pink. I like.
nothing. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
It's just a color.
It's a
You
color.
know, when do we just start decide to say certain colors are only for one gender? That to me
Exactly.
is crazy.
My husband wear pink all the time, and I love it when he
Yes.
wears it. So
Yes. And you just want your child to be comfortable. You don't want them to feel like they don't fit in or they don't belong.
yeah.
They're going to have to deal with life once they turn 18, outside of the classroom. We want to try and make our children feel as wanted and seen as possible, as much as possible. And
Mm-hmm.
now's the time. School is here.
For
My
real.
little one starts next week. Uh,
Oh, I just it just came. We say it
After
every
July, it's over.
year. We say it every year, but it's like I was just my daughter was just graduating, and the kids were just getting out, and she
Couple couple days ago, a few hours
yeah,
ago.
it felt like a few days ago. Now they all in their own thing, You got
Yes,
some going to elementary, middle school, high school, and college.
college. Yep. Look, I think my little one, he told me he wanted to understand why does he have to go to school for 9 months out of the year and he only gets 6 weeks out of school. And I asked him, well, why do I have to work 40 hours a week and only get 48 hours, you know, on the weekends? 5 days a week I'm at work.
I
Two
mean,
days I'm at
we don't like it. We don't agree with it. We think they need to change the rules for that.
I know I feel that way strongly.
Yes,
I do. But it's
it
what we
is what it
do.
is.
It
Yeah.
is what it is. Do you have anything for Memphis that you want to talk about?
Something interesting. So Walmart is preparing for drone delivery service in Memphis. So Walmart has requested permission from the Memphis Shelby County Division of Planning the development to add drones nest pads at two stores in North Memphis and Cordova.
Mm.
So the big box giants propose improvements, including installing secured fencing drone operations within the existing main parking lots. Um, the enclosure will accommodate storage kiosks for battery generators and a drone nest.
Hmm.
So their capacity will be up to 18 deliveries a day with the drone. I
Wow.
mean, how y'all feel about that? I see a drone flying over to your house to drop off your package. I mean, I mean, who watch? Who driving? I mean, is somebody watching? I mean, it just, I
It
don't know.
just it's just kind of different. It's different
It's
from what
different,
we know about. You
and we would
know.
have to adjust. Like we have to adjust to anything. I mean, it's happening. I mean, they already have it set up, and they're aiming to serve 40 million customers with the service by 2027. So
You
it is a
know,
goal.
I heard them talking about this a couple of years ago, like
Hmm.
during the COVID phase, but I have never, not even to this day, seen it actually happen. I haven't seen the
They
drones.
So they actually said the service goes online. Memphis will be one of the almost 20 US markets with Walmart drone delivery. It's in Dallas, Atlanta,
Mhm.
and it's in Houston. Already having service.
Yeah,
And the next wave, I
I haven't
haven't seen
seen
it,
any.
but the next wave is gonna be New Orleans, San Francisco, and Memphis. So
Maybe we need to find out what stores are they, because are they
yeah.
selecting the
I
stores?
don't know what they're
Because
doing.
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen it either. I wonder if it is. It got to be selective stores, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's select stores, I'm quite sure, but maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
select neighborhoods because I don't know. I don't know. I do know that there is a group, Reverend Sharpton's group. There's a march scheduled for August 28th at Washington, D.C. Thank you, Pastelas, for dropping that in the chat. I know that DJ and Real had spoke on that, and Denim had spoke on that last week. But there is a march coming up August 28th in Washington, D.C. I'm not going to be able to make that march, but I know, I believe that DJ and Real will make that march. So we'll see what they come back with. It's going to be interesting. I look, if you feel like it, go. If you can
Yeah.
make your way up there, go. Okay. I have one more story that I wanted to get into, and it's back onto the schools because with every new school year, it seems like they're always changing something. So there are new driver's education requirements that now have taken effect July 1st across Mississippi. The hardship license application must complete. Um, Hold on, it just kicked me out. Must complete their certified driver's education before you can get your hardship. So July 1st, anyone applying for hardship driver's license must complete that. The story's not letting me go in there. Okay, there it is. There it is. As a reminder to Mississippi drivers and families, a new state law that begins taking effect July 1st is changing how first-time drivers earn their license. Effective July 1st, 2026, anyone applying for a hardship driver's license must complete a driver's education course taught by an instructor certified by the Mississippi Department of Public Safety or the Mississippi Department of Education. Courses that are not state certified will no longer satisfy that requirement. So it has to be someone from the Mississippi Department of Education or the Mississippi Department of Public Safety. Please don't go
What
out there.
is a
Yes.
what is a hardship license?
Hardship means that if you need to get your license before because you have a job, because you have to work. So they give you that hardship license because you have a job.
Oh.
And it's typically I know in Texas the
I mean, is
hardship
there like
license.
qualifications? You still have to be a certain age. You
You
still have
have to be a certain age, required for all first Mississippi driver's license, regardless of age. So you still have to take driver's ed in Mississippi, and it's been like that in Texas. You even
Maud
if you get
said reaching age. Okay, so if you need a hardship, say you have a sick parent or something,
hmm
and and you're a teenager, maybe you have
and you
a
need to
reaching age,
drive.
and you need to be able to drive them.
hmm
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Maud. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so I just want everybody to be aware of, number one, the new laws that are taking effect, and number two, pay attention. And please, school zones, you guys, slow down.
Please slow down, school zone.
Okay, if you're in that much of a hurry, you should have left yesterday. Okay, because running and those tickets are not cheap.
I think that irritates me the most. Like, and I'm
Yes,
a person, I drive, but when it's a school zone and you driving like a bat out of, you know what, that irritates me because I know it's kids, babies, but
yes. And kids are quick to forget where they're at, play around, and run in the
playing,
street.
walking,
Yes,
yeah.
and they don't pay as attention as much as we do, and it's really easy for them not to. And then
Hmm.
something happens. So we want to make sure that our kids are protected. So
All
slow
right.
down in the school zones. All right, Miss Morningstar, let's take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7. The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Boss Fashion is finally here at Morningstar Boutique by Tam. From soft, cozy sweaters to stylish cardigans, whether you're heading to work, brunch, or date night, we have the perfect look waiting for you. Check us out at ourplugs.com for your style needs, where style meets confidence.
Mommy-daughter duo, Counselor Nikki and Addie, want to welcome you to the Sparkleverse, where every child has a light that is uniquely their own. Through heartwarming adventures like in Addison's Sparkle, unforgettable characters and everyday moments like in Kai Finds His Spark, children learn bravery, resilience, and the power of believing in themselves. Find us at CompassionCreationsPress.com and at OurPlugs.com. Hope we help you find your sparkle.
Y'all keep tapping the screen. I think we gotta. It might be.
Remember, Iran doesn't have a choice in a lot of this because we destroyed so much. Yeah, and I'll give you a quick math equation. Okay, maybe they do end up getting $20 billion, let's say. Let's say we're still $300 to $500 billion ahead, considering we destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all those nuclear facilities I already spoke about, their steel manufacturing, their drone manufacturing, and so many other things. We destroyed all that and closed their ports. We're pretty far ahead.
So we destroyed everything, and we're going to pay them to rebuild it all, pay them to open the strait that was already open for free. And at the same time, people here in the district can't afford to eat, can't afford their health care, and can't afford rent. Got it. If that don't make sense to you either, please consider supporting my campaign. Go to BernardTaylorForCongress.com. Let's bring some change here to Florida.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plex, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So today is Veterans Voice, and we have our brother Viper Vet here to bring us some news, some stories, some things. Oh, let's see what happens today. I know his topic, teenager found 4 years later. I am interested in this. Where you been, baby? You know, hey, Viper Vet. Miss Morningstar, go ahead and come off mute. Vipe, go ahead and come off mute. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, bye. Good morning,
You're,
brother.
Vipe, you're still on mute.
Yeah, the mute button is undefeated. I'm just letting you know right
I
now.
know, right? That's what I'm saying.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
Hey,
What's
hey.
going on?
Happy Tuesday.
Hey, taco. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Listen, everybody's got to be aware of what's going on around them, man. We talk about the theme like last week, you know, with Morningstar. I keep saying, hey, the life you save may be your own, right? So we just got to make sure that we're aware of different things. We can't be stuck in our world and not paying attention. We got to have our peripheral, right? So if we want to jump into it, right? Because we did talk about package being stolen. So even if they drop the packages by drone, can they still steal those packages? I'm just, is it? I'm just asking for a friend that
I'm
delivers
asking for
packages.
myself.
I'm asking for a friend that delivers packages in a red, package. But
Yeah, in red bags. Yeah, some people steal packages. Some people claim that they're stolen. Some people stop payments. Some people do that. But
Yeah.
hopefully Walmart will have a better people.
Security system
Well,
installed.
maybe they'll have better people that they'll be delivering their products to,
Yeah.
who won't lie.
well, you won't
We
be the
shall.
first. you wasn't the first, and I guarantee you weren't the last person that person stole from. But let's get into it.
I'm pretty sure.
So we have a story. We have some interesting stories. It's a roller coaster. I'm just telling you right now. We're gonna go up and down. Your mind's gonna go what? And I even have some in the overdraft ready to go if I run out of time. I don't know if I do. I always have more than I need, but it's better to have more than. So this is a story about a teenager that was missing. And imagine if you had somebody missing in your family, and you're like, man. But a month go by, 2 months, you start thinking the worst. Now you're trying to ask, hey, we just want them back.
Yeah.
But what if they were found years later?
That's
He
crazy.
called me and was like, her phone was going to voicemail. And I knew immediately it was just off.
For the parents of this 15-year-old, Joniah Walker, a switched-off cell phone was the key clue that their daughter was in danger that day in 2022. The teenager became a well-publicized missing person, her family and friends begging for help and criticizing Milwaukee police for moving too slowly, pointing to this doorbell cam video of the last time the teenager was seen as evidence of a sloppy investigation.
Everybody on that block has a Ring camera. Why didn't they go knock on the doors?
You guys got the video.
We got the videos, not the police.
No one interviewed me, no one sat me down, no one called us to the back. It was me. It was us, me and my family versus the police stations with a glass between us.
Now, 4 years later, Joniah Walker, 19 years old, has been found 730 miles away in a small frame home in Blacksburg, Virginia. Police say she'd been sexually and physically abused while being held as a captive here by this man, 37-year-old Owen Anderson, held, they say, ever since that day outside a Chicago movie theater where he had arranged to meet her following a lengthy online recruitment. Records state Anderson disposed of her cell phone and a burner phone he'd sent her to use in a sidewalk trash can. A few days ago, Milwaukee County authorities filing these kidnapping and child abduction charges against Anderson, who has yet to appear in Wisconsin court and is still in custody in Virginia. Milwaukee police declining our request to discuss the alleged kidnapping or answer questions about their investigation. An officer on the case has said previously that they had no indication the teenager had been targeted by an organized abduction ring.
Can assure you that our agency did check into our databases that we use that assist us with human trafficking investigations, and we have no reason to believe that she was involved in human trafficking.
They didn't check for the Ring cameras. They didn't talk to the neighbors. The family got they got the information, right? And so that was inadequate. That was.
Are you surprised by?
Color me shocked.
We just talked about that. Remember when we did political tea? I mentioned they don't go out looking for us when we're missing. They don't put on national TV on milk cartons our missing babies like they do for the other girls. Here, this girl, 4 years of her life stolen from her by a sick beast, deranged person, captive in the house. Did they say how she was found? Did she escape? How?
I think she got recognized, but knowing that people start, sympathizing with their captors, she probably don't want to go home. This is the life she knows now. This is what you've been living, right? You don't.
I hate this for her, that baby. She was a baby.
Yes.
Did they have like an update? Like, did she go?
It just broke, and I guess they're still doing their investigation, so more should be able to come.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even imagine.
She has
4 years.
Ruined her life. 4 years. She missed high school. She missed so many important parts of her life.
Speaking of the police, you remember that story when they were that Akon drop on the police car?
Yes, I do.
And there is more to it. There's a backside of it. You're going to hear what the other police officers said, because we saw the one that fell and he was just trying to unalive that acorn, but somebody was in the back of the car too, right? So we have the other officer. and you're not going to believe what actually happened from her perspective. You got to hear what this. You got to hear this.
Difference audibly between a shotgun firing and one of your handguns. Is that fair to say?
It does sound different, yes.
You know what a gun firing sounds like.
So she is the backup officer on the other side. So the officer that was on the ground looking at the police car, but she was further on down the road, and he called her for help. And she's saying she don't know what she heard. Look at what she did when she don't know what she heard. Because it's amazing what she did.
Yes.
My question to you is, did you hear a gun firing before Deputy Hernandez said shots fired?
Do you know your tag number off the top of your head? Okay, it's okay.
So that is the officer saying shots fired. He's asking her, did you hear any gunshots before you heard shots fired? Because that's the car right there, right? If you're on TikTok, go on YouTube. The car is right there. So it's not like a far distance where you can't hear a gunshot, right? If somebody's clapping, you could hear somebody clapping. Mm-hmm. So if you hear a gun, right? So you hear the officer saying shots fired.
We would have heard it.
Yes, she would have heard it.
Yeah.
Look what this officer did, because the lawyer is asking her, did you hear gunshots before he said shots fired? So look what she did. He's saying shots fired. So let me back it up a little bit more so we can get that perspective.
Do you know your tag number off the top of your head? Okay, it's okay. What? Oh! Where? Right there? I don't know what I heard.
Let me ask you this, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
I've looked at your training records.
Yes, sir.
You're very proficient in a lot of different arm handling. Is that right?
I've handled a few.
Shotguns?
Yes.
Your sidearm?
Yes.
Your off-duty weapon, yes?
Yes.
Is it fair to say you fired more than 50 rounds with that gun?
Yes, sir.
What about your off-duty weapon? You fired a few rounds with that too?
Yes, sir.
More than 50?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear a gun firing before Deputy Hernandez said shots fired?
I don't know what I heard.
What was she?
Wow.
What was she shooting at?
Anything. She said where? Right there, and just started shooting.
Yeah.
It could have been a child over there. It could have been an innocent person over there. She just started shooting. So what happened with this case, Vite?
So I got to get the update on the next show, but I did not get the update on this one. This was just from the trial part of it, right? So these are the lawyers. They're in court and they're doing discovery and they're asking questions. So they're going to go through the motions. They're going to come out with a finding. I don't know if they're going to find him guilty or find him, liable.
Was somebody hurt?
Yeah, I think he didn't get seriously hurt. If he didn't get hurt at all, he was in the back. There was a guy in the back of the police car, but an Acon fell on top of the car. He heard the Acon and he said shots fired. So both of them got problems with their hearing.
Oh, that's why I said some people just do not deserve that type of responsibility. Being a police officer, like you just are not. No.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Both of them was letting it go.
Melba, what you talking about? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, she was talking about the young lady who, I think she said under Hell's Bridge. I think she was talking about the young lady where he tossed her phone.
She said, "Remember Cleveland."
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out what is she. There was an incident where cops in East Cleveland, Ohio, lit a car up. When I tell you lit that car up because it backfired, and they thought that the couple, and they unalived the couple in there. I mean, lit it up over hundreds of rounds. in a school parking lot. This happened some years ago in Cleveland.
Were they brought up on charges? Probably not.
Now we're gonna get into some things, right?
Yeah.
We know about the pool. So the pool, the reflecting pool, the person who got the no bid contract, right? He never worked on a pool. So the pool we were talking about with algae and all these,
what?
They never worked on a pool before.
They never worked on the pool before, but took a contract to work on one.
The owner of the company is a neighbor of the pedo-in-chief. And he donated to him. He donated to his campaign. So you can see where, right? But they never worked on a pool before. And guess who's going to repair the pool that was messed up?
Our taxpayer dollars.
But who's the contractor going to repair it? Who's that contractor?
I have no idea.
One of his friends, somebody, you know.
The same person. The same
person.
The same.
They got the same person who messed it up the first time. Do it again.
Absolutely.
Are you serious? Shut the front door.
Absolutely. And so that leads me into this story.
After more than 40 years, a Pensacola business says they will no longer make the Blue Angels ceremonial flight suits. According to SAM.gov, the Navy has awarded a new contract to a company in Virginia to take over that role. Our Melanie Levy joining us in the studio now. And Melanie, the sewing box in Pensacola says they've now lost their biggest customer.
Bob, that's right. The owner says she's nothing short of heartbroken after outfitting the team for decades.
I would have never, ever thought that Mind Blues would treat me like this. Not in a million years.
For 43 years, Candy Whitehurst and the tailors at the sewing box on North Navy Boulevard have made the Blue Angels iconic ceremonial flight suits, sewing, cutting, measuring, and stitching each blue and yellow ensemble to perfection. How many Blues uniforms do you think you've made over the years?
So it's so many I can't even really tell you.
Thousands?
Yes, thousands.
According to this document on SAM.gov, the government's official website where federal agencies post contract opportunities, the U.S. Navy has awarded a new contract worth up to $1.69 million over 5 years to Aquila International LLC in Virginia.
Never have they did that for me, ever. Wow. That I was making, I'm making pennies compared to what they're doing.
Per SAM.gov, the company will manufacture, alter, and repair the Blue Angels custom ceremonial suits, taking exact measurements of each pilot at Naval Air Station Pensacola and Naval Air Facility El Centro. According to the contract, every suit must be made from flame-resistant fabric supplied by the government and meet strict military specifications.
Before, they always announced to me, Miss Candy, do you want the contract? You need to put your bid in. This year, I didn't hear from no one. No one called me.
The new contractor is also required to complete repairs and alterations within 14 days to keep up with the Blues' demanding demonstration schedule, according to SAM.gov. Whitehurst says that won't be easy.
And I'm really hurt from it because I just cannot understand. And then we're local. We right there, right out the front gate. Now you got to pay somebody to make the uniform, and now you got to pay somebody to do alteration when y'all have emergency blowout or it just don't fit right. I would drop everything for them to take care of them and be at work all night, doing everything they need. So I would have never thought that they would do this to me.
Friday afternoon, I reached out to officials with the Navy and the public affairs officer for the Blue Angels to ask about the change in contractors. I also emailed and called Aquila International LLC to comment on the role they'll play in outfitting the Blues. I have not heard back. Now, according to the contract, Aquila International can still hire other businesses to help with parts of the work, like sewing, repair, supplies. So that means the sewing box or other local businesses could potentially work with Aquila as a subcontractor, but the Navy cannot guarantee that that'll happen. Aquila would have to make that decision. Live in the studio.
Aquila? His homeboy?
Yeah. His own boy owns. Yeah. And they don't.
She couldn't get it.
They don't do sewing. They are a company, right? So they would have to subcontract the lady's sewing box to do the work.
Because
they want to delegate the work so they can delegate the money
They
to
paid
pay
her
probably nothing.
$1.6 million for uniforms
So
and paid her pennies.
Broken down by year, they paid her $100,000 per year for her contract, and they paid them $300,000+ per year for their contract. But they gave them a multi-year contract worth $1.6 million.
Maybe they better not put them clothes on. When I tell you they will be walking around with their tails out, I can see a disaster. I can see a reflection pool style issue waiting to happen. That's messed up.
I feel bad for her.
I do too.
That's
This was her
but see,
livelihood.
that's just an example of how dirty they are and how they do us in business.
Yeah, this got Keg's Breast's name. It's got Keg's Breast written all over it.
For anybody who ever questioned about racism, and we talk about Black people cannot be racist, we talk about the system. This is the system right here. This is the system that overlooks somebody who was already doing the work for so many years.
40 years.
Yes.
And doing a great job.
Give it to someone else because they fit the narrative of the system.
They don't wait. They don't sew. It don't
matter. It don't matter. We'd rather give them the money and let them outsource. Because we're gonna put the money in their pocket because we can't put it in your pocket.
And even when we did business with you, we only paid you pennies versus what we're paying them. $100,000 versus $300,000. Now, keep in mind, she still has to pay her employees.
Yes.
So $100,000 is nothing. Nothing. Oh man. Well,
So $100,000, like you said, and then she still got to pay people.
She still has to pay her employees.
But for the same work, they paid the other person $300,000.
I know.
$300,000, and they don't even sew.
They dirty, y'all. It's a dirty, dirty world. I'm telling you.
You know, all I can say is nothing. I guess nothing is surprising me any longer. I'm no longer shocked. I'm
not in shock.
I anticipate that it. Okay, I can believe that.
You want to be shocked?
I don't know.
Families and caregivers could soon see one of the largest increases of financial benefits in decades thanks to the Take Care of America's Veterans Act. The one mega bill is composed of 62 pieces of legislation that have been stalled in Congress because of one question: how are we going to pay for it? And Section 108 of the Take Care of America's Veterans Act outlines just how to do that. But it's also the reason veteran service organizations, or VSOs, are sharply divided on support of this bill. Here are 3 things to know. 1. What is Section 108 and why is it so controversial? Well, it's a question of directing money from one set of benefits in order to fund another. If passed, Section 108 of this legislation would designate all money saved from a forthcoming Veterans Affairs disability ratings change to fund this bill. That rule, which will reportedly be finalized by September 30th, will reduce benefits for future veterans diagnosed with sleep apnea and tinnitus. Without Section 108, the savings from the disability rating change could be used anywhere within the federal government.
Congress wants to instead protect veterans' benefits and expand veteran benefits for all of these other bills and use this prior to the rule change happening.
That's Cole Lyle, National Legislative Director for American Legion.
This is really the smartest path forward in order to make sure and protect veterans.
But that's not how Jessica Fadukin, Policy and Advocacy Director for Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, sees it.
It basically funds itself through some pretty dangerous precedents. The major one being Congress legislating the disability rating schedule and taking money from future veterans to pay for those great provisions that are part of the bill.
Congress rarely legislates VA disability ratings, having only done it one other time under the Transportation Equity Act for the 21st century in 1998. Rule changes are normally done through agencies, not Congress, and undergo a lengthy review and public comment process. So if passed as is, the Take Care of America's Veterans Act would codify the rating change into law instead of policy. Fidukin says even though the VA says the rule change is coming,
the fact that it hasn't been changed yet is in itself significant because they are following a very tedious and specific process, and that needs to remain in the hands of science and medical professionals at the VA.
2. Who does the disability rating change affect? The changes to the disability ratings for sleep apnea and tinnitus would affect future veterans' ratings and not those already rated. So if a veteran is already receiving disability benefits for sleep apnea or tinnitus, their benefits will not change, which means
the people that are downrange, deployed, serving today are going to be on the back end of paying for this bill.
But Lyle sees the trade-off as worthwhile.
This is not something we would normally support, but the expansion of veteran benefits and caregiver and survivor benefits that are included in all 62 other of these bills, even those veterans that would be affected by the future rule change would see a much better VA that works for them and works for their families.
3. So if Section 108 is taken out of this bill, how could Congress fund it? Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal proposed to separate the Major Richard Starr Act, which would provide full military retirement pay and VA benefits to medically retired veterans, from the omnibus bill and pay for it using unallocated Pentagon funding. Fidukin agrees with Blumenthal and thinks that unallocated money could cover the whole bill.
They have an amount of billions that are unobligated funds from the one big beautiful bill. And so that's a great place to start because they are, not using it.
And on the Major Richard Starr piece,
the military retirement comes from DFAS.
That's the Pentagon agency that pays service members, contractors, and other employees.
So that seems completely reasonable. That is really who should be funding the Richard Starr Act to begin with.
Lyle says American Legion would support the Pentagon paying for the Major Richard Starr Act. However,
we've tried that year after year to include it. And even if the House or the Senate pass it in their respective NDAAs, it always gets stripped out in a conference committee.
Republicans have objected to the annual, not the one-time, cost of funding the Major Richard Starr Act without a budget offset. So while the American Legion would not normally support Congress legislating a change to the schedule for disability ratings, Lyle says
the alternative is continued stagnation on trying to get these bills across the finish line, and VA ultimately finalizes these rules and the changes happen anyways, and we're back to square one.
A vote on the Take Care of America's Veterans Act stalled on the House floor in mid-July after Republicans appeared to not have the votes to pass it. House Speaker Mike Johnson is expected to pick it up in September after summer recess. Given the VA plans to change the disability rule by the end of the fiscal year, the omnibus bill has to make it to the president's desk by September 30th, or Congress will be left having to find a new way to fund it. For PBS News, I'm Cecilia Lohman.
That was a mouthful, right? Let me try to put it down in bite size. All right. They want to increase funding for, I spoke about this before. They want to increase funding for veterans, but they want to take it away from future veterans by decreasing what they could claim for their injuries while they serve this country. That's how they want to do it. They don't want to just find money and pay, because we could go to war and we could do all these things, but we can't pay the veterans. That's one thing. That's one thing we can't do, right? So this is the place we're in. The Major Richard Starr Act, I talked about that before, right? That is the act that, because some of the veterans, they get injured in combat, they have to medically retire. They may have to medically get out of the military. But the Major Richard Starr Act would allow them to also get retirement. Republicans do not want that to happen for veterans. They
don't want them to get retirement
and VA benefits. No, those are the people who got injured in combat.
Yeah, I remember that. They didn't want them. That was one of the new things. You can't have both.
You can't have both. Yeah,
they've always had.
While they're sitting on millions.
They get paid even if you're in the hospital and nobody's seen you for months.
For months,
you get paid, right?
Mitch McConnell, his check cleared. I'm quite sure he got paid today. Yeah, Mitch McConnell got paid today, and no one is he. Anyway, let's take a quick commercial break. The way that this country treats our veterans is deplorable. It's deplorable, plain and simple. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District.
It's despicable.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Hello, my name is Sela Carter, the founder of our nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what Carter Caring Hands does, we help families keep food on their tables here in the Michigan area. If you'd like to support us, go to carterscaringhands.com or ourplugs.com. Donate whatever you can, because every penny counts, every dollar folds, and together, you and I can uphold the dignity in the communities we serve. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs of Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We are back today with Veterans Voice. We've got our brother Viper Vet here, and he is just going through. We just got to talking about a young lady who had been missing for 4 years. We just talked about a law that Congress is trying to pass for our veterans that, in my opinion, and this is my opinion only, doesn't serve our veterans. And then we also talked about some incompetent police officers. What else is on the agenda, Viper?
Listen, some people, they say you got twins, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine somebody say, hey, you look like somebody I know, because you do the same things that the other person do to the exact T. Do you got a twin? You sure?
Was stolen. Let's roll the clips.
I need you to be quiet and let me over-explain it.
You need to be quiet and let me over-explain it.
Women with ADHD need their safe people to over-explain to.
Women with ADHD need their safe people to over-explain to.
Because there is something in us that feels the need to tell you everything.
There's something in us that feels the need to tell you everything.
I know you didn't ask us to, but if we don't explain every detail to you, we think that you think we're lying.
You're not asking us everything, but for some reason, if we don't tell you everything, we feel like you think that we're lying. This is real life colonizer behavior and very unacceptable. Lori and I happen to both work with the same brands because, of course, we're both in the same niche, probably because she copies other ADHD creators. I don't know. But I will be sending a copy of my video and her video to one of the brands that we both seem to have worked with, because I think it's important that they know that the creators that are representing their brand are stealing content from other creators. Stealing other people's content is not okay.
This is the second time I've done a story like this.
I ain't shocked.
Baby, the way I'm just looking like
They're always
this
trying
is
to
definitely
steal
colonizing behavior.
Plagiarized. She plagiarized.
Melangerie. If
Yeah.
Melangerie can get away with it with Michelle Obama, then white women think that they can just do it as well.
Word,
Melville said bleach
Word
will
for
always
word.
do it.
word for
Word
word.
for word.
Not even a period was missing.
How many times did she pause and rewind that to learn how to say that?
Why would anybody do that? Girl, what's wrong? Are you cool? That is ridiculous. I'm not surprised.
Crazy behavior. It's something wrong with them for real. I mean,
we've been saying it.
We talk about it all the time.
Every day.
And you're going to tell me tomorrow we're going to talk about mental health. But what if you are in a situation where you have domestic violence going on and you need help?
Oh, I go to my closet. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's one way. But what if you pick up the phone? Because some people don't have the resources or the tools to affect change and make people skip, dance, and run, right?
Thank you for calling the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Para Español, oprima dos. For English and all other languages, press 1. We do not have anyone available to assist you at this time. We can help you search for providers in your area that provide shelter, financial aid, legal services, or counseling. Would you like to use our voice search feature?
Yes.
Which of the following services do you need? Shelter, financial aid, legal
Shelter.
services, or counseling? What state are you currently located in?
Texas.
What is your city?
Fort Worth.
I heard Fort Worth. Is that correct?
Yes.
We couldn't find any results in your area. Please share a nearby city that is larger.
Dallas.
Did you say Dallas?
I heard Dallas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wait 1 minute.
We couldn't find any results in your area. Please share a nearby city that is larger.
Okay.
Austin.
I heard Austin. Is that correct?
Yes.
We couldn't find any results in your area. Please share a nearby city that is larger.
This is the National Domestic Hotline.
This country.
That's crazy.
We really, y'all.
Please share another city that's larger.
Austin is the capital, right?
Yeah, Austin is the capital, and then Dallas is large.
Dallas is
Fort Worth is large.
Fort Worth
is
is
large,
big.
and then is she gonna say Houston, because Houston is the biggest city in Texas.
There's something wrong with that.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you need help, please call 988 or 211. I have no idea what's going on with our national.
Listen.
Did they take away the operators there too?
Probably. I'll say call 911.
That part.
Well,
you ain't getting no help.
Not
You
if
ain't
you're
getting
not
no
in
help.
any immediate danger, but if you are needing shelter, please dial 211 or 988. Thank you, T-Wiz. That's just ridiculous, though.
Listen, when she said, please tell us another city that's larger, I was like, all right, she got this.
Doge may have cleaned house,
The fact that they closed, I thought it was like a hotline, 24-hour hotline. Like,
listen,
what is it? Domestic violence hotline? I'm gonna look it up, because you should be able to call at any time.
And who caused this though?
Well, do they have the funding any longer?
Right.
All right, but you know what? Some people, they do certain things and they try to prop him up, and they say certain things, and they do things like this.
Let's pray him right out of the Epstein files. Let's pray together. Let's get him right out of the Epstein files. Let's get 5 million to her. Let's pray that 5 million get to E. Jean Carroll. Let's pray together. That's right. Let's pray all of these things happen.
Release the funds. She's gonna get it.
I'm gonna play it over because you might have.
Please stop.
Let,
Please stop, Viper.
let me replay it. Hold on. I want you to listen. If you want me to explain, I can. But let me play it again.
Let's pray him right out of the Epstein files. Let's pray together. Let's get him right out of the Epstein files. Let's get 5 million to her. Let's pray that 5 million get to E. Jean Carroll. Let's pray together. That's right. Let's pray all of these things happen. Release the funds. She's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Look at the man in the back laughing, though, y'all. Look at the man in the back laughing.
He cracking up.
He's
They want to
cracking
pray
up.
that him out the files, but also pray that she get the funds.
But don't you?
So why they
like
think
that?
she deserves the funds if they want to pray him out the files?
You can't pray him out of the files. The man touched children. Allegedly
in the files. I'm just saying
he's in the files. That ain't allegedly.
He is the file.
He is the files. And she said, "Let's pray him."
And they
white
was praying
women
hard, baby. They was hoping. They was lock steady.
Listen,
they're gonna stop bothering God with this mess. They're gonna stop bothering the Lord with this mess.
You know, he played golf and he gives himself awards. He says he's the best golfer. He's always winning. And somebody took a video of him taking a golf shot.
And we about to laugh.
Do you want to see him take a swing?
I don't want to see him do anything. But one thing is the only thing I want to see.
He just did a golf tournament and he won.
They gave him a participation trophy.
No, he gave him
himself the prize.
He gave his own self a trophy.
Yes,
okay?
that's what he do.
Say what it is.
Look at this.
Childish, like
what? What's going on?
Oh, he shanked it. Oh my god, I got that on video.
Maybe you missed it. Let me.
It went in the trees. He shanked it for sure.
It's right in front of him.
He missed
right
it.
in front of him.
Oh, he shanked it. Oh my god, I got that on video. I'm shooting her.
Yeah, he's
So he won the tournament that he just put on for himself, and But you know, maybe we should get an actual pastor to tell us a story, because the last two ladies, they were praying. They were heavy in the praying. So let's hear some of these pastors what they're telling their flock.
Years ago, or 200 years ago, when the blacks were slaves, did they ever go to Washington, D.C. and have a rally 200 years ago to protest against slavery? Did they? No. What did they do? Well, a lot of good people in the plantations would say, hey, it's wintertime. Let us help build a church for you, dear folks. And they loved them and taught them how to read so they can read the Bible. And here's what the blacks did about 150 years ago. They humbled themselves. They prayed. They sought God's face and they turned from their wicked ways. And God made slavery illegal through several white presidents, right? It worked.
Let me get this straight. You think they chose not to go protest because they were happy about their situation, and instead they turned from their ways and prayed for a better life, and God provided that? No, they were considered property. And if a slave abandoned their plantation, their job, their owner, they were considered lost property. And upon return, I will let you imagine what that punishment was once they were found. And the suffering that they endured on the way back to where they were owned. And if you're a member of this man's church, if he can't understand basic American history, then how do you expect him to understand something as complicated as the Bible that is thousands of years old?
He ain't even got no neck. I mean,
Why didn't they go to Washington and protest? That's what I'm saying. Like, what happened?
he ain't even got no neck.
But do you see my face?
I can't even determine, detect
Don't do it again.
neck.
We have pastors in these church. They're saying some things, and the people are listening and they're learning and they're taking it in and they're taking it as gospel.
The level of stupidity in this country is staggering.
At that grown age, like
when you don't have a neck, I guess that's how you think.
that's
you
what
don't
I'm
have a
saying.
neck.
He ain't got no neck. He ain't got no nothing. It's just
and the people that sat in the church and listened to this the level of stupid. I knew it was gonna be something when he said the blacks.
Y'all didn't get up and walk out.
You know what though? LeBron went to Philly, and some people are losing their mind.
Miss Morningstar, are you okay?
I'm fine. You know, I'm a LeBron fan, so whatever.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. It's
My
just
husband's okay with it too.
He get to do what he want to do, and I'm still gonna ride with him because
He trying to get the championship, right?
That's what he trying to do.
But some people are so hypocritical. It is amazing. I want you to just look at this.
Play again. It's going to have to be an ideal scenario. I'm going to have to be with some really good players, guys who really want to win the championship, and that would be the best for me. I don't want to rebuild. I don't want to play on a mediocre team. If I could play for the championship, that's the only goal I have left to accomplish.
He always stacks his team.
But that's LeBron's power.
Oh, okay. And
he deserves that credit that guys want to play with him.
And we can't criticize it if we think it's unfair?
What's unfair about wanting to go better your life? Like
No. You shouldn't be guaranteed a championship. One of the reasons Michael Jordan is the GOAT, he got beat in the head. He kept, you know what, I'm going to get bigger, stronger. That, to me, is the way I would like to see it done. That's why I admire Dirk Nowitzki, who's like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. We just going to keep getting better. That's why Steph Curry, same thing.
He forgot what he said.
I got a question. Where's your ring, Charles?
I was about to ask.
Where your ring? Did you ever get a ring, Charles?
Besides around your collar, did you ever get
a ring?
The shade you throw.
If you don't have a ring,
shut up.
You shouldn't say anything. LeBron is slavery ended, okay? LeBron is free to go wherever he wants to go.
Look,
and Charles, if you don't like it, I'm quite sure he don't care.
I left home too, Brian. I ain't going back either. It's cold there.
Okay.
I don't want to go back. I know Philly cold too, but you on a mission. And we understand. I ain't going back either.
T-Wiz, I swear I'm going to strangle you when we get off this live. I am going to strangle T-Wiz.
Charles Barkley.
You almost up there with Stephen A. Smith. You
look like a bobblehead.
He's this close.
Close, like what's
He's
up?
real close to Stephen A.
This close.
We're going to need you to hush the mouth.
Hate is real, but they've been hating on that young man since he was a young man, okay?
What did Michael Jordan, because my husband tried to explain, what did Michael Jordan say? Did he say something?
No, I don't think Michael Jordan ever really went after LeBron. It was just all the critics, all the other critics.
They try to make it a thing.
You know, one thing you cannot compare. These men are from two different eras. Okay,
you can't compete where you don't compare. You can't compete where you don't compare. Mind your business
and compare them.
They're in the top. They're in the top. It don't matter what we compare. They're in the top.
And they got rings, both
right? Their body of work is impeccable, right? The body of work is impeccable. You could talk about it.
Does Charles have a ring? Let me look it up. Does Charles Barkley have a ring?
He does not.
Charles.
A wedding ring if he married. He might got a wedding ring. I don't even know if he married. He probably ain't got that. Look.
Yeah.
You on thin ice, Charles. Don't play with me.
He done fell through the ice with me years ago. He fell through.
Speaking of hypocrisy.
Unpopular opinion. If you don't like this.
So this says Mandani reveals why he appointed a convicted armed robber to the New York City Transit team. And so the hypocrisy is so alive and people ignore it.
It upsets you. You don't agree with it. I get it. I get why you wouldn't want a convict in any type of political position. I get it.
The audacity.
Sure. But I gotta ask, why weren't y'all this upset before? Why weren't y'all up in arms before? This isn't the first time we've had a convict in a political position. But I know, I'm just talking. So let me show you. Y'all know Charles Kushner? The man that was convicted in 2005 of lying to the FEC, tax evasion, witness tampering, and some other things? Yeah, that Charles. He was appointed by the President of the United States, the current one, as the U.S. Ambassador of France and Monaco. Where was y'all outraged then?
I'm outraged.
Y'all know Lawrence Taylor?
Hold on.
Ball superstar, Hall of Famer, the U.S. Ambassador of France and Monaco.
Watch to the end.
Where was y'all outraged then? Y'all know Lawrence Taylor? Football superstar, Hall of Famer. Yeah, he also pleaded guilty in 2011 to some misconduct and patronizing a toot who was 16 at the time. He's a red dot offender. He was appointed by the President of the United States, the current one, under the Presidential Council for Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition for Children. Where was y'all outraged then?
Where is it?
Now you see what I mean? And I know there's a word for when people's outrage is selective. Selective outrage. Yes, that's what they call it. And that's exactly what this is. Because did my son spend 7 years in prison for armed robbery and possession of a weapon? Absolutely. But do you know what he did when he got out in 2006? He spent nearly the past 2 decades working in his community. Real reform, real activism, real change. I can't say the same for the other two. So if y'all finna let Lawrence slide, and y'all gonna let Charles slide, I want y'all to tell me the real reason why my son can't slide too. Take your time. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hold on a second. I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh yeah, that's right. Your president. Yeah, the one that you voted for. Your man's. Remember the one that you got in the booth and voted for even though you knew he was a convicted felon? And now you're sitting up here acting good in two shoes, talking about my son can't change his life and be part of no political position because he's an ex-convict. But you got in the booth and voted for a convict. One with 34 of them things, by the way. He's leading the league. But you worried about my son in New York. Spare me. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with that 1,000% because I don't want nobody to say anything about convicts as long as that man with the dead hands and the leprosy on his neck and the swollen ankles and 34 felonies is sitting in the White House. Don't talk.
I thought you was going to say leprosy on his.
No.
They can
you said neck. You said neck and you kind of paused. So I thought you was going to say leprosy on his butt.
They can never, ever say anything in this lifetime about anybody who we bring in who come into office and had a prior.
It needs to be hush mouth. It needs to be hush. No one needs to talk at all. Everybody, shut it up. I don't care who. No, as long as you guys
it don't matter how
allow a convicted, the man that people are praying to be out of the e-files, and he's got 34 convictions. Can't nobody tell me
I
nothing.
don't care how many baby mamas that person got. I don't care if they married a scripper.
Damn.
Y'all can't say nothing.
Nothing because he centerfold.
That
Melangerie. You can just look her up on the internet and
busting it wide open
right now. Busting it wide open. Baby, please. I'm gonna need hush mouth.
They crack me up with the hypocrisy. I'll just be like, are y'all serious? Like, do you hear yourself?
They do. I think that the level, like I said, the level of stupidity in this country is at an all-time high. It really and truly is. But as always, you know.
So listen,
Uh-oh.
this dude wants to get released from prison because he has stage 4 of those cancer things. They denied him.
Well,
Sonia Massey had to pay that price for just speaking and being in her own home and calling the police for help. And she was unalive because she called the police thinking she heard somebody around her house. And he unalived her. Now he is asking them to release him because he says, hey, I got stage 4 cancer. Can you have mercy on me?
Did he have mercy? That's a question. Did he have mercy?
He has demon in him. She wouldn't lie.
Sir, gonna put a Band-Aid on it and wrap it up. You staying there. You ain't going nowhere. It's over for you. You where you belong. You are exactly where you belong. And pretty soon you'll be really where you belong. Okay?
Well, I hear it's hot down there.
They gonna be dragging you down there, hollering and all. But
He was one of them.
I hear it's hot.
You think that hot pot was hot?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna be nothing compared to where you got going, buddy.
Yeah.
Anywho, Bite, as always, thank you for enlightening us on the foolery that has happened around this country. We're gonna pray for that young lady who was gone for 4 years. That's tragic. But she did make it home, and I hope she gets the therapy that she needs because she's definitely gonna need it. Yes. All right, you guys. Any last words, Viper?
You got to get out and vote because your vote is important. Vote.com, vote.org, vote.com, vote.org. You got to vote. All right. Bluevoterguide.org. You got to get listen, check and make sure that the candidates are alive, right? See the things they're putting on the ballots, right? You got to stay informed. You got to stay engaged. Vote like hell. Vote like hell. You got to take the country back.
Yeah, you gotta vote.
Take the country back. Yeah. Hey, do the right thing. Thank a veteran that voted the right way, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Thank you, Bite. We truly appreciate you. Miss Morningstar, Bite, please send me that picture, please. Drop that in Signal.
Drop it in Signal.
And go ahead and put it in your background on TikTok so the rest of the family can witness that. That is gold.
That's classic.
Yes, it is. Miss Morningstar, can you take us home, sis?
Yes, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, we thank you as always coming to the show and sharing the experience with Veterans Voice. You already know we always learn some new things and we get some entertainment on these good Tuesday mornings. So we're glad you guys came through. Come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time because we will have the ladies in the building again. We talked about it earlier. We'll be talking about bullying. So it's gonna be a really good topic. So make sure you guys come on through, and it'll be good leading into the school year. It's starting, so we got to get our kids prepared. Until then, y'all have a great day. Be safe out here in these streets. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We love you. Thank you. All the support is welcome. We will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.